Hi, I just wanted to tell you something really strange that happened because I had to go for a walk today. Well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to go for a walk with my mother because she doesn't get out much. And so I went to her flat in the car and I collected and we drove down to the seafront. And we were just walking along by the sea and all of a sudden she stopped and said, look there, that stone's glowing. And I thought, that's really weird, what does she mean? I said, are you okay, Mum? And she said, yeah, look down there. And I looked down on the beach and it was true. Because all of the stones were like brown and grey, but one of them was like an orangey colour and it was glowing. Like this, woom, woom, woom. There were like lights coming off it. It's sort of like it was a light inside it or something. So I went down the stairs and I got the stone and I put it in my hand, and while I was holding it, the light sort of just faded. It was on and then it started fading again. And I walked up and I showed it to her and she took it. She held it in her hand and said, this stone, I bet you anything it can grant wishes. It's got to be a magic stone, because she's from Scotland, and in Scotland sometimes on the locks they have loads of stones and they collect the stones sometimes, and they occasionally get really lucky and they get some stones that they believe they can make wishes with. So I said, well, I don't know, what do you mean, how do we prove it? And she said, look, I'll show you. And so she held the stone and she said, it's too cold, I wish the sun would shine. And immediately the clouds started getting thinner and thinner. Within 5 minutes the sun was shining and I got really warm actually, so I took my coat off because I was a bit too warm. So I just thought it was a coincidence. And then she said, no, let's just try again later. We mustn't push it. We can't keep doing these things. We've got to try and do it. So she said to me I should take the stone home. I've got it, that's why I'm talking to you. I've got it. This is the stone, because it was sort of, when we were on the beach, it was funny, it was sort of reddy colour and it was glowing like this. But since I've been home it's just gone grey. It looks like a normal stone. But I've made a wish, and I wished while I was holding the stone, it was really weird, I wished that this evening while I was going to bed that suddenly something amazing would happen. And then immediately as I said that, I heard a crashing. I heard a crashing sound down in the kitchen. So I went downstairs to the kitchen, and by where the fridge is we had some like trays and things on top of the fridge, and they'd all fallen on the floor. And I thought, well, that's not a nice thing for a wish to, that's not really amazing. But then as I was piling the trays up and putting them back on the fridge, I noticed that on the wall there was a little scratch mark in a little circle. I thought, that's really weird. So I got a chair so I could stand a bit higher, and I stood on the chair and I reached over, and this little scratch mark, it was a hole in the wall, and then I noticed it was wobbling a bit, and I pulled it open, and as I pulled it open I could see there was a little cupboard inside, and in this little cupboard, which we'd never noticed before because it had been behind the fridge, there was a tiny box. I've left the box downstairs, I'm sorry. Anyway, there was a tiny box like this, and I opened the box and there was £15,000. So I don't know what we're going to do. I just don't know what to do about that. It seems like such a lot of money that I don't really know what to do. Should I think I'm going to ring the owner, because the last owner who used to have the house, she was a really old lady and she used to keep things. She used to hoard, so she had lots and lots of boxes all over the house. So I'm going to try and get in touch with her tomorrow and say, look, do you know anything about this box? Because like this box, and they were like these you get £50 notes, and all of these all in one big thing like this. 15, my wife and I've just counted the money. Anyway, so I'll tell you what happened. So this was the stone. So I'm going to try and make some more wishes, I think. That was just so strange. Anyway, so I'm going to try and get in touch with the people who own the house, and I'll tell you what happens later, okay? So, £15,000 in a box by the fridge. It's just so crazy. Anyway, see you later. Right, come back and I'll see what happens. Bye.